Two cracking games, a semi-final footy here, the Storm and the Roosters, and we head to the Knights and the Warriors. Going to be plenty of fun there. And in this first game, I think it'll be fairly close in the end. You'd imagine Storm have a slight upper hand. And you're looking at a fair bit of value across the board just because there's so many of these Roosters that haven't played in a little while there with Momorowski and also Corey Allen. And we saw that Momorowski has the 8.7 average. He's definitely one of those guys that could come out and perform a lot better. And it looks like there's a half a chance if Sammy Walker's not right, then he won't be kicking, and Momorowski might be the man to kick. So that's something to note there for sure. And if you're looking at guys up top, I think Tedesco's obviously the clear top selection. If you can find a little bit of extra cash to be able to spend on Teddy, then that would be a good play. Sever didn't play too great last week, got the 28, but none of these Storm guys did a great job. So I would be looking to pick Marion again in just as a bit of a bounce back there. You've got Justin Olam averaging the 35 over his time. He hasn't played in a good while, and I think this is going to be a game where he'll want to step up and really dominate. So you want to be looking somewhere around this range here. And then you've got Balga there, who's been doing pretty solidly as well. 30, his lowest in the last 4. You'll take that for sure. Very, very tough section though. That's definitely for sure. You look to the halves hookers. Brandon Smith again, a 49 is his average the last 3. 54 last week, and I think he could be able to get something similar again. Just playing big minutes there and doing a great job. So look at Brandon in that scenario there, and then whichever one of these guys up top you think could be a game breaker. Like Sam Walker's been very, very solid the last 3 weeks, and he's the cheapest of those 3 up top with Harry Grant and Munster. You do also see, unfortunately, that Jerome Hughes is out, so you'll see a little bit of a change in the halves there, but I wouldn't be selecting whoever comes in for there. Stick with Munster or Grant if you want to pay that money, but I'd probably go Teddy and then make sure you pick Brandon Smith in there in that one. Heading to the forwards, there's a little bit of value again with Siwai Wong, who's been killing it. 14k, 76 last week. He won't go that big, but he'll be great again. And then you've got Terrell May, who I continue to select each and every week, and they still haven't priced him up too much. So happy days for us selecting him there. You've got Kamikamitha and Egan Butcher, both guys that have been doing solid. Have a couple of low ones in them, so you can get a little bit lucky with those guys. And then Nelson, last week the 35 wasn't great at all. I think he needs to step up and should get a few more minutes this week because he only played the 43 last week there. Move to this last game, the Warriors and the Knights there, and in the outside backs, you still want to be looking and targeting all of those Knights outside backs with Kalen, Gags, Marzu, Dom Young, again dominant last week. We selected him, and that paid off well at 67. In that one, if you are looking at the Warriors, boys, Dallin got the 44 last week. Chan's got the 33, so they're okay in that range there. I wouldn't be looking for any other Warriors at this point. So go for majority in the Knights section. I think this will be a fairly close game, so yeah, you won't sort of get surprised with them scoring poorly, you'd imagine. In this one here, you've got Gamble, who continues to score really well, a 52 average the last 3, 46 last week. Clune comes in, and he's hitting some decent scores there as well. 41 to 63 are in his range. So if you want to go for him, that would work out solidly. Obviously, Johnson is 50-50 to play. I doubt that he's going to go massive. So really at 23,000, he's probably a little bit too expensive because you want sort of 70 plus from him. And I doubt that he can provide that, unfortunately, there. So I'd be looking in the mid-range, go heavy in the outside backs there. And then to the forwards, guys like Adam Elliott scoring really, really well. My boy Dylan Lucas, who we love selecting here. He's a little bit more expensive, but again, if you can get 50 plus, it's massive. In this one, Jacob Saifidi, good again last week for his price point. He was under 10k, so take that again at 38. If you can get anywhere near that, happy days. Don't be selecting Josh Curran just based off that average because he is off the bench and he won't play the big minutes there. So continue looking that mid-range, as I said. Spend the money up top in the outside backs, and you've got Tohu Harris and Adam Fanua-Blake, who both could be solid options. I would be selecting Tohu if you're going for one of them. You know he's going to play the 80 minutes and you know he's going to do really, really well. Good luck in those 2 Draftstars games this week.